Welcome everyone to our restorative yoga class. My name is Rosalina. Before we start, I'll give you some information on the studio. If you need to have a cup of water or some tea, the kitchen is on my right hand side. And if you gotta use the toilets, they are passing the kitchen. So feel free to use them whenever you need. In case of emergency, we will come out through the door where we came in, go down the stairs, and we'll meet each other on the other side of the road, just to know that we are all safe. We're gonna be using a lot of props today, so make sure that you have some blocks with you. We may be needing a chair, 2 bolsters if you want to be very comfy. You can always work with one as well. And before we start, I'd like to ask you if there is any sensitivities or any injuries that you might be experiencing, so that I can have them in mind for the practice. Okay, good. So I'll take care of the pregnancy and we'll have an amazing class. So to begin, let us be sitting down with the soles of our feet together. Now, we are going to be laying on our back, but for you, Paula, if you could prop up your bolster, so you can place 2 blocks together, like this, or you could go like this as well, wherever you feel more comfy. And put your bolster there. If you have no pregnancy, you can always just place the bolster on the ground. But if you want to prop it up, you can as well try that for yourself. So we're gonna be lying down in our backs with the soles of our feet together, just like this. I'm gonna invite you there to close your eyes and start feeling your breath. Start noticing the rising and falling of your belly, the temperature of the breath when it comes in and it comes out of your nose. And allow yourself to completely immerse into that breathing. If you find that the opening of your hips is very strong, you can always place blocks underneath your knees. Today we're going to tap into support. What is support? It may be a sense of being grounded, of being held. And start noticing what parts of your body are being supported right now. what parts of your body are touching the ground. And sense that support rising from the earth to meet you. This is Supta Vada Konasana, the shape that you're doing with your body. Can help us open our chest, our heart, and it also helps us release tension that we may be carrying in our hips. Our hips are a very important part of our support system for our body. And the more we release tension in them, the more we allow flow to come into us. We'll be coming out of the posture soon. So when you feel ready, you can help your legs with your hands come together again. And start finding your way to a sitting position. Come to our next shape. We're going to be using our bolster. You can use 1 or 2. For pregnancy, we will be placing 2 blocks in front of us. We're going to place the bolster on top of of the blocks. If you are not pregnant, you can bring the bolster in between your legs. So you are sitting on top of your ankles. Your legs are opened as wide as the mat. If you're pregnant, that's a perfect shape. If you're not, you can place your bolster here. And in your next exhale, start bringing your torso towards the bolster until you find yourself in a resting pose. Adho Mukha Virasana, or downward facing dog. Downward facing warrior. Allows us to release tension from the hips. Gives a subtle stretch to our lower back. And it's a great posture to sort of try to ground ourselves so that whenever we're feeling that our mood is taking us, we can always come into this posture and center our mind into our breath. This also is a sign of support. We can be supported in the physical sense. Then again, we can also be supported in our mind. And we can do that by taking our body into different movements and different shapes that will help us bring that one-pointed mind into our experience. Start preparing yourself for the release of the asana. So whenever you feel ready in your inhale, look to the front. And as you exhale, start walking your hands towards your knees to come again into a sitting position. Take the bolster on the side. For this next asana, I'm gonna have a lot of options that I'll show to you before we go into them. So first of all, we're going to prop up our bolster for you, Paula. And Amal, if you want to try and do it with the bolster on the ground, you can also do that. Whatever you find more comfortable for yourself. Same thing. Now, we're gonna sit on the middle of our feet. So our legs are open as wide as our hips, and our hips land right on that space in between our feet. If that's not available for you, you can always use a block and sit on top of a block if you want to try that as well. place the block right there. Find your seat. And in your next exhale, start bringing your back towards the bolster until you find your seat.